What's up, everybody? Welcome to IGN Live, San Diego Comic-Con.
Day 2!
Here it is in all its majesty.
The people are back and they're protesting.
Yeah, no, they don't like.
You got the crossing guards out there just annoying people. They're not really helping too much.
I'm Damon Hatfield. This is Greg Miller.
Hi.
This is day 2 of Comic-Con. We have a lot coming up. Remember, you can be part of our show today. Tweet your questions at IGN, hashtag SDCC. We'll read them live on the air. What do we have coming out today? We're going to be talking about what's coming up on day 2.
Right.
I mean, here to join us, fill us in on what we can expect, Joey and Scott.
Hey, Joey and Scott.
Hey, guys.
Welcome to
How's
the
it going?
stage.
Thank you
oh
so
my
much.
God, am I ready for some Comic-Con?
Excited to be here.
Day 2.
How did day 1 go? It was good?
It was good. Right now it feels like day 5, really. But day 1 was very good.
We live hard at night, Joey. And that makes the mornings incredibly rough.
That is true.
IGN had a party last night. That was fun.
Yeah.
Who were the celebrities that were there? I talked to Warlow from True Blood. Greg doesn't know. He doesn't
You're
keep
right.
up
I
with True
stopped
Blood
watching
anymore.
that bad TV show.
I still like that TV show, and it was very cool to meet Warlow.
Simon Pegg was there, obviously.
Yeah.
Nick Frost.
Yeah.
Edgar Wright. Whole crew. It was the World's End Party.
And those 3 will be on this show later on this afternoon. Stay tuned for that.
I'm excited about that one.
good.
I like them on.
And those guys are in Hall H today as well, which is the big center for everything. So they're showing off footage and doing the Comic-Con thing as well. So
Doing
getting
the
fans
Comic-Con
psyched.
thing. Yeah, totally. That's what the show's all about. Right?
What's the big stuff that's coming out today?
That's up
man.
for debate, right? a lot of
I don't know how people do it if they want to see everything, because it's absolutely impossible. For me, in terms of movies and TV, I would say S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
is
yes.
today, and that's
Yeah, there are panels today, right?
The panel is scheduled for an hour and 15 minutes, I think. So I'm curious if they're going to show the
Yes, right. We
pilot
were
or
wondering if
not.
they'd show the whole pilot, right?
Yeah, so that's later this afternoon. So we'll find out, I guess. We'll have
You
conversation.
weren't able to be part of that discussion.
No, I didn't.
Are you
make it
stoked?
inside.
Are you stoked for S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I'm very
Thanks for your
excited,
dedication
yeah.
to your job and getting
Hey,
here.
I was doing other stuff for my job. Okay, come on, man.
All right, you stoked? You excited for S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I'm very excited. I think it's going to be great, and I think, like we talked about yesterday, when Joe Quesada was on the live stream, Marvel's just done such a wonderful job of building this whole cinematic universe,
Right.
I think they were the first to sort of do that and build that cinematic superhero universe, and now that they're even moving into TV, is just insane.
That's crazy. right?
Domination.
Yeah,
And they can
exactly.
fully cross over back and forth. Like they own all of the characters, so they need to do that. So there's no corporate restriction in that way, which is awesome. So.
Yeah.
And it's Joss Whedon. He directed the pilot. So.
There's just so many things going for S.H.I.E.L.D. with the momentum that Marvel has, with the momentum that Whedon has, the fans that he has. It's just
The
gonna be,
name value now of Avengers, right?
Yeah,
and all
exactly.
those characters and people attached to it. Even Coulson, right? Like Phil Coulson,
Yeah.
this guy who's just this little dweeby character in Iron
Yeah.
Man now being this huge deal that
Yeah,
everyone loves
it's
so
crazy.
much.
It's
And
just
I
exciting.
love the fact that they haven't told us how he's back, so
Yeah.
everyone's gonna watch to try to figure it out.
I'm pulling for an LMD.
I
man.
like what Joe was saying. We probably still won't know by the end of the pilot exactly how he's back. And all that.
You have to
That's
explain what an LMD is. Do people
Life model
know?
decoy. Which is
Life
basically a
model
robot.
decoy,
Yeah. Sorry, everybody.
No, I just learned that.
That's my theory, but we'll see.
Okay, looking forward to that one. What else we got going on, guys?
Well, there's Amazing Spider-Man 2, the
Right.
movie as well. To stay on the Marvel front.
This is the reveal of Electro. They've been showing outside. He's
Seems like
teasing
it.
that he's going to be in. He's gonna be there.
So Jamie Foxx is there. Andrew Garfield will be there. And 2 years ago, when they did Amazing Spider-Man 1 here, Andrew Garfield was great. He showed up
Such
in
an
the
awesome-
audience dressed
that's
in like
right.
a Spider-Man costume that you
terrible
buy at like
Spider-Man
Costco
costume.
or something.
Yeah.
And he got online to ask a question of the cast, and then he took his mask off, and it was him. And
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was awesome. And he was really emotional too about taking on the job. And so it'll be interesting to see if they can top that this year. It's exciting, and I personally hope that they're going to show something of the Rhino, but he's also in the movie, and
Sure.
we haven't really seen anything of him yet.
Paul
so.
Giamatti's great.
I
Yeah,
hope he comes to ask a question in like the original Rhino.
it's got to be.
And I mean, even in TV, like Walking Dead is today, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Game of Thrones is today.
Yeah.
You doing that panel, Greg?
No, I'm doing the
not that
Walking
one.
Dead the game panel on
Okay,
Saturday. This
gotcha.
is the TV one.
So Game of Thrones, the season just ended, so
Right.
they haven't. I don't think they've even started filming yet. So, in terms of what they can show, it probably won't be too much. But I think there'll be a lot of talk about the Red Wedding and what went down. You know?
Yeah, I think some of the actors that were involved in the Red Wedding are going to be there. At the
They're
panel.
here, yeah, which would be cool. And if it's like how they handled the Game of Thrones panel last year, it was the same situation where the season had just ended, and they did some casting announcements last year, so we might get that today as well, new cast members.
I'm excited for The Walking Dead. I hope they have some more details as what's
I'm sure.
happening.
It comes back in what, September, October.
Yeah, they'll have
Yeah.
a sizzle reel
So I'm
or
sure there'll be
something.
some
Right,
sort of
right.
reveal,
Some new footage. See
It's going to be season 4, is that right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Coming back?
Yeah.
See what Tyrese is up to.
Or is it season 5?
I think it's 4. We should know this.
Yeah. Well, no, none of us are the TV editor.
Hey, yeah.
Eric Goldman can't
Goldman.
get over here to do anything.
I'm pretty sure it's 4.
You know what else we have today is Riddick, which is the third in the
Yeah.
series. So Vin Diesel he's been trying to get that character back forever, and it's finally happening. So I am just a fan of that character.
I think it's cool that they're doing a third one. Like, Vin Diesel's such a big star now, and those are kind of low-budget movies, right?
Yeah, it's weird.
so
Well, they tried to make it big with the second
Yeah,
one, and
yeah.
it didn't really work out, so now they're back to kind of that low budget.
Sure.
But it's a passion project for him.
Yeah?
It's just really interesting to me with Riddick that the Chronicles of Riddick was universally sort of panned, wasn't it? Like, did anyone really love it that
It was,
much?
it was universally panned, yes.
But now, we have Riddick coming out, and everyone's super pumped again. It's interesting how
Well, it's kinda-
sort of time away from that character. It's like, okay, I'm ready for him to come
But
back.
exactly, like in a lot of ways, I think it's like Fast and the Furious, right? Where
Yeah.
Fast and the Furious kept coming out, we're like, okay, enough, and then like
Maybe it's just
now
a
they're
Vin
like
Diesel thing.
Now it's just Fast and Furious, original. What is it? What was it? Original parts, new body. And we're all like, "Whoa!" Like now it's this huge thing.
Yeah. Well, there was like diesel fatigue back when Chronicles of Riddick came out, and so we had a little break.
He
and
did
now
Diesel
that-
fatigue is actually a medical condition.
You remember that Triple X?
That's
Do you remember?
Right,
Do you
yeah.
remember the pacifier?
That was him too?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I like the pacifier, whatever.
Okay,
man.
Joey.
And then, there's also RoboCop today, which is the remake with Joel Kinnaman, he's the guy from The Killing.
Very fitting. There are current events happening in Detroit going on right now.
Yeah.
Maybe it's fitting that they're talking about RoboCop.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and actually, that's kind of where Detroit is in the RoboCop series. It seems like it's coming true, doesn't
I know,
it?
right?
It's a
This is a
shame.
But they
documentary.
have the RoboCop statue now, so it's,
The actor playing
Right.
RoboCop, you said he's from Killing?
He's from The Killing. Yeah.
Is he the? So I watched most of the first season. Is he the other detective?
He's the grungy partner.
Okay,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so he's RoboCop. So he's like a tall, skinny
Yeah,
guy,
he's
and he's
from-
actually
seems
from.
really
I think he's
skinny.
from Sweden or Denmark,
Yeah.
actually. So he's not at all who you think of as RoboCop, but
That's interesting.
Hollywood magic will make it happen.
Yeah, buff him up.
Damon, what are you excited about on our show, our live show today? There's so much stuff coming.
Bum, 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 dun, 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 dun. I'm
I
really
mean,
excited.
This is the Godzilla
That
theme.
is the Godzilla.
Did you do the Godzilla encounter yet?
No, I haven't. See, I
Oh, you
haven't
gotta
been able
do
to
it.
the show floor. Like
Okay.
I'm over here. Yeah, but I heard it's cool.
It's cool. Yeah.
Coming up 2:30 Pacific time today, we will be interviewing Gareth Edwards, the director of the new Godzilla, and I'm very excited for that. Big Godzilla fan over here. Tell us about the Godzilla encounter on the show
The
floor.
Godzilla encounter is something you can do down sort of a couple blocks from here. They turned a old warehouse and they took a couple of floors over, and you walk in and it's sort of an exhibit that pays tribute to the history of Godzilla. They've got the old suit there and
Very cool.
a bunch of images from the old movies, and there's a Japanese sushi bar with a businessman sitting there, it's an actor. He's just sitting there all day long, and he doesn't. It's like he's totally clueless about what's about to happen to him, just like in the movies,
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the staff kind of rushes you into this control room, and they say Godzilla's attacking, and they start scanning all the visitors with Geiger counters, and there's an alarm blaring, and it's really cool, and you wind up getting a glimpse of Godzilla from the new movie. And
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
kind of
They-
face-to-face glimpse. He comes
Really?
right up to the window.
So
and
they're showing him already.
it's kind of obscured. It's outside a window, and it's
Okay.
raining out, but it's cool.
That's
and
cool. That sounds really cool.
And it's the Godzilla, like the old school. It looks
Yeah,
like the old
yeah.
school Godzilla. Yeah.
The imagery that they've been putting out, yeah.
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
more as
It's
cool.
not the Matthew Broderick Godzilla for sure.
Well, that was the definitive Godzilla.
Listen, that soundtrack though, amazing.
Come with me. Dude.
So good. Still listen to it all the time. Yeah.
That was the soundtrack.
I love this, yeah. That's
Yeah.
such an awesome poster.
Yeah, it's great.
Greg, you have something up on the phone here. So
I do, yeah. We were
try
talking
to
about things
I
that are
know
happening over at the Comic-Con show floor over here. We
Yeah.
have WB Games Instagram. There's a kid playing Batman.
Yeah, well, it'll take a second
Arkham
for
Origins. I'm just giving them
get the
I'm
jib
giving
camera
them
over there.
lead-in. I'm giving them lead-in.
Okay,
We had the Batman, Arkham Origins, Blackgate. That's what he's playing there, and he's got his face literally on top of a PlayStation Vita, because that's how you should be playing video games. That's
right.
Burning out
That's
your
why we all
retinas.
wear glasses now.
Yeah. We all want you to be part of the show. Remember, this is from Instagram. Tweet us at IGN #SDCC to see stuff like this. There it is.
So this is the
Literally-
kid just playing
That's adorable.
Playing the Vita version of.
Yeah, it's the Vita dev kit being pumped out to that TV there.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Little
he's
dude.
getting up there, getting right up on it.
People were asking us about this version
Yeah.
of the game. Have
Really?
you
What'd they
gotten to
say?
check?
Yeah, I
They
played
want
it.
they want to know if it's good.
I mean, it's hard to tell, right?
Okay,
I mean,
that doesn't sound
we
good.
always fall into these. I'm interested. From what I've played, I would buy it without reviewing it, like waiting for a review. But I'm not expecting a 10. But it's a very interesting linear. You're running. You're like chasing Catwoman in the part we played. Then you get to there and you have to fight her or whatever, and then you'll be running. You'll come in some other dudes. You'll fight them. But it's like a side scroller, but with 3D sprites where you're doing that. And then there's some jumping, some grappling. There's just a little bit of it seemed off here and there. Like maybe it wasn't super smooth, like grappling hook up, but. The fighting felt like the fighting in the other Arkham games, so that was cool.
Right. Yeah. People were asking us about it. So
Well, there you go, people.
that's the update on
Greg Miller, here for you every day.
There's also the Veronica Mars panel was just ended.
Kickstart!
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fans made that one happen.
Yeah, the fans.
Yeah.
So who was on the panel? Was Zach Braff there? Or was
I'm not sure. I wasn't able to get in there, so we'll have the report later on it. But I'm sure Veronica, Miss Bell was there at the
Kristen
very
Bell.
least.
Also excited to have Falling Skies on here, talking about TV shows.
Yeah.
Noah Wiley from Pirates of Silicon Valley going to be on our live show talking to us about Falling Skies. Can't wait. It's an awesome
I like
movie.
that you referenced that.
I love that movie.
Most people wouldn't have gone with that reference.
It's pretty amazing.
It
I
is
love the
really
obscure. Here's some footage right now if you're not familiar with Falling Skies. Third season about to wrap up. They've been-
Resistance, the TV show.
Resistance, the TV show. They have been greenlit for season 4. We're excited to have them on, talk a little bit about it.
I
I
can't
don't know
believe
if
that show's been on for. I remember.
Right?
It seems like it just debuted.
Has it been 5 years?
I-
How long has
or
it been?
4?
It has to be
years?
if we're coming up on season
Yeah,
4
I
somewhere in
guess
there.
so. You're gonna have Power Rangers on.
The Green
David
Ranger.
Frank.
Is anybody here a big Power Rangers fan?
There he is.
Guy.
Found him.
I'm the one that wrote the top 25 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers episodes list.
And you
which
did
I
it
was
from memory.
Super proud of. I did not though.
Not one piece
I
of.
rewatched 155 episodes of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in 2 weeks,
Jesus.
and it was
That's
totally worth
devotion,
it.
man.
It was
Pretty impressive.
It was one of the greatest experiences of my life.
So what's your
yeah,
favorite
so
one?
Power
What's
Ranger.
what's the best?
The number one spot went to The Mutiny, which was a 3-parter of the premiere of season 2, which
Okay.
back in '94 debuted in primetime because Power Rangers had blown up so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
That's when they get the new the Thunder Zords and all that stuff. So,
Okay.
and that's when Lord Zed comes and takes Rita out, and so it's like, as a kid, your mind exploded because like this guy took out this, the ultimate bad guy. So
Yeah.
how much worse is he? And
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
so bad that they had to get new Zords. I mean, come on. So I'm super excited for that.
I'm looking forward to it just to see him. I was gonna watch his reaction.
Who is the greatest Power Ranger who ever lived?
Mine personal is Billy Cranston, the
Get
Blue
them.
Ranger.
I was gonna make a joke about it being.
No,
Billy.
man.
It really sucks.
Listen, as a third grader, when Power Rangers came out, and as seeing a Power Ranger that is a huge nerd and has glasses, when I got glasses in third
Yeah.
grade, it's kind of special to me. So whatever.
It was the Green Ranger. It was Tommy. He was awesome. He had a redemption story. He was a bad guy
I mean,
to start. He becomes the
he's,
good guy.
he's absolutely the most integral character
Yeah.
to the show.
Falls
and
in
its
love with
mythology.
Kimberly.
And he's still on the show once in a while.
Yeah, that's what you're telling me.
So
Excited to talk about 20 years of Power Rangers.
yeah, absolutely.
What's going on with Power Rangers now? Is it back? Is it a show now? Or
Yeah,
what is
so
it?
it's been 20 years on. So after Mighty Morphin, it's sort of every season it changes.
Okay.
So right this year it's Power Rangers Megaforce, and they're doing for the 20th anniversary this big sort of bringing a bunch of Rangers back, including Jason David Frank, the original Green Ranger.
What about the girl from Felicity? Is she coming back?
She will not be coming back. But she is doing Indiegogo for her short film that she's directing.
She has to capitalize on that Power Rangers
I know.
fandom to support
She
her
should.
Indiegogo project.
Well, she offered a reward level of a signed script from a Power Ranger show.
Ladies and
It's not
gentlemen,
enough.
if you have Power Rangers questions, make sure you tweet them at IGN.
Get 'em in.
Hashtag SDCC. We'll read them to the Green Ranger. Joey's head will explode. We'll have a good time. So much stuff today, Daemon.
I know.
Very exciting.
We're gonna see some games too.
What games are we gonna see?
We're gonna see some Nintendo games.
Oh,
Games like The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds.
that's a big one.
Pikmin 3.
Okay.
Wonderful 101.
Yes.
Yeah, Nintendo's gonna bring them by here and play them for
They're
us.
bringing the heat.
Yeah.
That's what they want to say.
That's true.
Showing you what's on the Comic-Con show floor for everybody who can't be there. That's exciting.
Yeah.
That's what this show's all about. Sitting here talking to Daemon all day long. Another one I'm excited for, I, Frankenstein. Aaron Eckhart.
I had not heard anything about this movie until like this week.
Oh, yeah.
I know nothing. So
What do you need to know?
It's a
Who's
Frankenstein
in it?
story. Is it a
Aaron
modern?
Eckhart.
Is it a
Sold.
modern?
There you go, done. It's a modern
day Frankenstein.
Well, what's cool about it is that it's, the Frankenstein monster was created in the 1700s, but he's immortal.
Yeah,
'cause he's
he
a
can't
So
die.
he's just still around?
and now he's alive in present day. And
Okay.
it's about his journey of like having to bury his father Frankenstein and going through and doing all stuff and how he wrestles with immortality and all this.
And he also kicks ass and has like fighting
He
sticks.
fights with
and,
two bow staffs, or not bow staffs, but two like wooden sticks like Nightwing. I don't know what you call that fighting style.
It's like some Filipino martial
Where
art
did
or
this come
something.
from? This sounds like a graphic novel. Is this
It
based
was
on
a graphic
yeah.
novel.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a graphic
Yeah.
novel. Not the bow stick, but not the sticks part, but
Okay.
the whole.
And
Yeah,
it's
they added
and
that.
it's Two-Face as Frankenstein.
Yeah.
so-
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Aaron Eckhart is awesome.
And he's beautiful.
yeah.
He really
Good
is.
looking guy.
Yeah. And then Yvonne from Chuck and from Mass Effect, Miranda. She's in
Yeah,
it as well.
Yvonne
She's in there too?
Stravinsky.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
All right, you sold me.
All right, good. My work's done.
How are you as a
I'm
publicist?
gonna go get my Frankenstein check after I talk to them, of course.
Also, can I mention the
Nope.
the Star Wars comics panel?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So this morning they had the Star Wars comics panel from Dark Horse, and I know because last year when Lucasfilm was sold to Disney, we were sort of up in the air in terms of like what's going to happen to the Star Wars license at Dark Horse, because obviously we would assume that would go to Marvel as well. But they said they're going to be publishing at least up through 2014.
Okay.
Star Wars comics. And I guess by the end of the year they'll know what's happening for sure with the license at the publisher. But they did announce Star Wars Ewoks, a comic book series about the Ewoks dealing with the Empire, which look. You
No,
know
I think
what?
that sounds awesome. Come
Yeah,
on.
thank you.
What? No, why we don't need
You
Ewok.
you
comics.
absolutely
You don't need
need
anything.
Ewoks.
You don't
What are
need
you talking
anything
about?
but water, food, and shelter, Greg.
And love, Daemon. Love of a man.
You know what I heard recently? Maybe this is old. The word Ewok is never mentioned in the movie The Return of the Jedi.
That's
And
true.
yet we
Yeah,
all
you're
know
right.
we all
Yeah.
know what they're called.
That's right.
Wow,
Right?
That's weird.
Mind blowing.
So is it the kids comic or is it for? I mean,
I hope if,
mean,
if it's totally an adult comic and it's bloody and gory and
Grim and
Ewoks
gritty Ewok
blowing through
adventure,
each
yeah.
other and fighting.
Well, they said it's
hot
gonna
Ewok
incorporate
sex.
stuff from the movies and also from the cartoon.
Yup.
I think we need like a quota, like X amount of Ewoks get slaughtered per issue.
What? You guys are dark, man. Like, come on.
We want the blood and the sex.
I don't want that.
Joey, I haven't talked to you.
That.
Ewok
You want
sex?
Power Rangers? So yeah.
Power Rangers Ewok team up. Perfect.
I haven't talked to you, Joey, since all the Star Wars stuff went down. Since Disney acquired Star Wars. Thoughts on that?
I'm excited.
Yeah?
Like,
It seems like we get divided into groups, right? People are like, oh, totally, that'll be great. And people are like, it's ruined.
I think it's an absolute, like, because when episode 3 came out, we're like, all right, well, Star Wars is done.
We're done.
Like, besides maybe a TV show or whatever, but even
Yeah.
that was up in the air. And Clone Wars turned out great, but now it's like a definite, you're going to be getting Star Wars pretty much till we're dead. You know what I mean?
And also,
that's exciting.
You don't know what you like. Episode 3 was like we all knew. All right, it's going to be he turns into Darth Vader, right? Now it's like uncharted territory.
yeah.
Like what's it going to be
Yeah.
about? We don't really know.
Yeah.
So many things. There's infinite things they could do that
Yeah.
are really cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Plus, I loved Star Trek Into Darkness, and I felt like that was like a glimpse of like what those movies could be like.
Sure.
I hope
No,
not.
you didn't like it?
I hate
have
that
to
movie.
disagree.
Oh my god, am I alone here? You
I
didn't?
didn't
No,
see
it
it.
was
I like
everyone. Most people liked it
Okay,
actually.
good.
Yeah.
You guys
I take
just
Star
gotta
Trek
get
very
it.
personally,
Okay,
so.
I'm not a hardcore Star Trek fan.
And you know,
just
there
a
was
hater.
hope that because Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford are here this weekend, and I think maybe Carrie Fisher, and there was kind of hope that Disney was going to do a surprise announcement and bring the three of them on stage at some point and say, yes, they're officially, we all know they're going to be in Star Wars Episode 7, but there hasn't been that official announcement, and there was hope it was going to happen this weekend. I don't think it's
You're not
going
holding
to.
hope anymore?
I don't think so. No.
They have D23 coming, right?
They have their
I think
Disney
they're-
Expo.
Marvel's gonna sort
Yeah.
of,
Yeah.
all that stuff's going to fall into that now. So
And everyone's afraid to ask Harrison Ford to talk about Star Wars also. So
I'll do it. I don't care. I'm not afraid of him. He's an old man.
get him on your show, man.
Okay.
on.
No, I just called him an old man, so probably not going to happen.
He's going to come beat you up now.
No, that's fine. And when I pin him down, and right before I choke the life out of him, I'll ask him, are you in Star Wars?
Greg Miller breaks Harrison Ford's hip.
Wow, that'd be a good one. Joey and Scott, thank you so much.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having us.
Viewers, we got lots of exciting stuff coming up on the show. Make sure you stay tuned. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll be with Nintendo.
Ooh.